The United States Hockey Board voted on who they wanted to be on the United States hockey team to represent their country for the Sochi Olympics.
Isn't it late to be doing this? Like, I mean, shouldn't this team have been set in basketball?
Their first game is in like a month and 10 days
but the team
against
set,
Slovakia, I believe.
It doesn't matter.
Months and months earlier in basketball.
Because they do it, they play in the summertime, so it's off. Maybe it's because it's off season when basketball is there in the middle of the season.
So the goalies, this one surprised me a little bit. Jonathan Quick, Ryan Miller, and Jimmy Howard were all elected to the team.
Yeah.
An argument could clearly be made for Ben Bishop of the Tampa Bay Lightning, who is not only playing better than Jimmy Howard, but posts far greater numbers than Jimmy Howard. Granted, he's been injured. I understand he's been injured, but I mean, would you rather go with the guy who has a little bit of experience?
I think on the goaltending they made the right choice.
You do?
Yeah.
How come?
Just because I think these guys, yes, you go with the guy who's got more experience. Jimmy Howard's been a great goalie. I think it's a coin flip with these goalies. Jonathan Quick clearly goes. Ryan Miller clearly goes.
Ryan Miller is the only clear cut.
I think Jonathan Quick is pretty clear cut.
Quick is clear cut, but he hasn't had as great of a season as he had last year.
But this kind of thing
and same with Jimmy Howard.
You're not just basing it on how you've done in the 45 games played this year.
Yeah.
Like, what has this guy been for the last 4 years? And Jonathan
Quick's been solid.
Won a Stanley
He's been
Cup,
solid, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Conn Smythe winner, correct? I believe he is.
Yes,
he is. All right, defenseman, Brooks Orpik, Ryan Suter, Ryan McDonough from the Rangers, correct.
From the Rangers. I was going to say Virginia. That's right.
we're not getting that specific, Pierre Maguire. Paul Martin, Justin Faulk, 21 years old. That one surprised me. Cam Fowler of the Ducks, 22 years old.
Yeah.
Kevin Shattenkirk and John Carlson. Fowler beat out Jack Johnson.
Right.
6-3. I was going to say, but he captained the United States team in 2012.
Jack Johnson should have been there. I mean,
he should have.
He was the. That's the one that's the most curious to me.
Okay, interesting.
Jack Johnson is not on the team?
No, he's not on the team.
Jack Johnson not on the team. The forwards, Dustin Brown, Ryan Callahan from
the Rangers.
There you go. Patrick Kane, Ryan Kesler, David Backes, Phil Kessel, Zach Parise, Paul Stasny.
Kessel's sister made the women's team, too.
And Joe Pavelski. Really?
Yeah.
She did?
Yeah.
Congratulations to her. That's pretty awesome. The newbies. James Van Riemsdyk, Max Pacioretty, that one surprised me. TJ Oshie, Derek Stepan, and Blake Wheeler.
Yeah.
Now, so the snubs, obviously Bobby Ryan, Dustin Byfuglien, I thought both of them should have made it, and Jack Johnson was the other one.
Jack Johnson, Okpaso should have made it too from
I knew that was coming at some point.
Jack Johnson?
Yeah, I knew it was coming at some point during this clip.
When he fights, does he do that?
This?
John Hanna should have made it too.
John Hanna?
Yeah.
The Patriots guard?
So I was trying to get you to do that.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So you think Bobby Ryan not being on the team is okay?
I mean, I think listen, there are guys who are, yes, I think it's okay. I mean, Johnson is the one that
would you have liked to have seen him is a better
I would have
question.
liked to have seen him. Byfuglien, either way. I could have
highest scoring American defenseman in the league.
I know, but again, it goes to the league, and Byfuglien maybe out of tenure should have been on there because he's been in the league so long. And but listen, whenever there are always snubs when you have these. I think the only sort of flagrant snub was Johnson.
Really?
Yeah.
And you would have subbed him in for Fowler or for Faulk?
Or Van Riemsdyk, or I don't know. Faulk maybe.
Yeah.
You know who should have made it? Who's pissed about not making it?
Here we go.
Antrell Roll.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second.
He's outraged.
A few other snubs, by the way. Eric Johnson and Keith Yandel. I really thought Bobby Ryan should have been on there, man. I really, really do. I'm very surprised that he wasn't elected.
I'm surprised that he wasn't on there too.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm
But
totally
remember, this is
surprised.
also not like again the way of thinking, because I'm sure it's the exact same sort of manner of thinking as for the Olympic team in basketball.
Yeah.
Like it's not an all-star team. It's a team that's supposed to work together. These aren't, I presume, are not exactly the whatever it is, 24 best players. These are guys who will work together, and sometimes in that case, a veteran who will easily accept a role where he's only got 8 minutes of ice time comfortably, as opposed to some kid who might be like, no, I got to be out there.
See, that's a great point on What the Puck by Ben. I mean, it's about the team chemistry. And also, so many of these guys have played with, there's coaches and assistant coaches. So assistant coach may say, hey, listen, no matter what we do, I want to make sure that O'Callahan's on this team, or that Ryan Callahan's on this team, because Jack O'Callahan actually played on
I think Jack Johnson's trying to get into the studio to make his point.
Jack O'Callahan played on the 1980 Miracle team, but Ryan Callahan's got to be on this team because X, Y, and Z. I coached him in juniors, and I want to play with him. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
There's so much
I
that
got
we
you.
don't know that's involved.
I got you. The board, by the way, who's on the board? I think I just had it. Oh, here we go. Tell me what you think of these guys. Ray Sherrill, Brian Burke, Stan Bowman, Dean Lombardi, Paul Holmgren, Dale Talon, Jim Johansson, Don Waddell, and this is an interesting one, Dave Poyle.
David Poyle.
There you go.
And
David
Jim
Poyle,
Johansson, former president of the Caps. Yeah, it's a good board. I can't stand Paul Holmgren.
Second point on what the
Paul
puck.
Holmgren is one of my least favorite people in the history of hockey. So every time I hear that he's on anything.
In a sentence, maybe two. Why?
He played for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Okay, that's it. All right, there you go.